Here's something that's not really talked about a lot, and that's the exploitation or the exploit ways of temporary agencies. And that's what I want to talk about this morning. I mean, when it comes to the workforce, the way that the corporations and the predatory capitalists have found to deprive people of that equal playing field, to make sure that equal playing field is further and further away with you, is the whole concept of the temporary agencies. I don't believe in temp work at all. Temp work, to me, is a way to deprive people of good wages, health benefits, and job security. I mean, yeah, there might be times where it is necessary to hire somebody temporarily, but that would be something a company and a worker can do without having a third party if you make an agreement to do this. I don't like the idea of temporary agencies, not at all. This whole idea, and people ignore this. But I mean, I remember when I was in my 20s, I worked at a couple of temporary agencies, and any job that was kind of pleasant and looked like I could get settled in, all of a sudden I'll get laid off from that job. Happened several times back in the mid 1990s, and it was really, really it provides instability to people, and the whole idea of musical jobs. Get this, I'll give you a personal story that I was dropped around from job to job with a local temporary agency in this town, and and there was a dry spot where there was nothing available except for, um, believe it or not, some kind of steel company, or a company dealing in steel in Fayetteville. And I mean, and apparently it was they were having a hard time trying to find people for it, and but it was something to do. You had to have a little bit of skill, and I was just not qualified to do that. And the director, or the person at the office, gave me a speech and lecture me. And I said, "Well, you're going to have to get trained for this sort of thing," and talk. I mean, just kind of like talking down, and as if and his attitude is like, "We don't owe you a job. I'm sorry. If you're an American citizen, whether it's in the private sector or the government, our society should provide a job to make sure unemployment is not a thing. That if somebody is out of work, it's because they want to be out of work." I think that we need to abolish temporary agencies. And if we must have temporary agencies, the best way to do it in a way where it's not exploitive, because you think about it, healthcare is expensive, and companies that provide health care for their employees, that's a burden on the companies. I have a little bit of empathy for companies in that regard. Well, I mean, for selfish reasons, because yeah, I mean, if a company doesn't have to provide medical benefits because it's already a right, i.e., a universal healthcare system, the common sense way of doing healthcare, like they do in Canada and the UK and continental Europe and Australia, New Zealand and Japan, etc., etc., etc. Healthcare, taxpayer funded, available when you need it, and it doesn't sit there and bankrupt you. Um, Companies don't have to worry about that crap. Um, they'll be able to hire more people. They would not have to use temporary agencies, that third party as much, and you might get more vacation time. I mean, honestly, America, and I'm getting into the subject of universal health care, but it does relate to temporary agencies. But I'm going to say, America, you're foolish for rejecting universal health care. You are really foolish, and you let the insurance special interests con you into thinking we don't need universal health care. Shame on you, America. Shame on you. But getting back to what I was saying, a universal healthcare system would make it so that it'll be less necessary to have a temp agency. Um, it's just something that I notice that people don't talk about, even among fellow leftists, social democrats, progressives, so forth, so on. That's not being discussed, but it needs to be, because I believe in job security and access to a job as a fundamental right. And I mean, access to a living wage job. So any job you have should pay you a living wage. To me, it's a no brainer, and it should not even be up for debate. It should just be the way. I'm Burning Bro. If you like what I had to say, hit the like button, subscribe, and the more you hit the button like and the more you subscribe, it to me it makes sure that we can defeat the algorithms to make this page grow. I have a goal right now to grow to 1,000 subscribers. Not not necessarily to stroke my ego. But I would love to have 1,000 subscribers at a minimum by the end of this year. So I'm asking each and every one of you that watches this channel to hit like, subscribe, share this information, and tell everybody about this channel, because I do think that in my little corner of the left, I do believe that old-fashioned common sense social democracy, civil liberties, um, pacifism, and free speech radicalism uh, are the uh, are the tenets to create a good society, a society that where you can eliminate poverty, and you can literally have a tolerant society with racism defeated and all of that. So I'm asking you to help the channel grow. I'm Bernie Bro. Have a great day.